Hey guys, so I'm not gonna do a cover or anything this time. I kind of just wanted to share something with you that my aunt told me the other day when we were in the car. Like, we were driving, and she was talking about how in January minimum wage is supposed to be raised to $10. And then I'm like, oh hey, that's pretty awesome. And then she was like, yeah, except when the minimum wage goes up, then the price of living goes up. And she brought up a really good point. Like, we were talking about the government or whatever, and she was saying how, when she was growing up and when her mom was growing up and when her grandma was growing up, everything was like super cheap. Like, you could feed a family of 5 people at McDonald's for $1. And candy bars were only a penny. And she mentioned that that um if like the price of living is going to go up and the minimum wage is going to go up, maybe they should lower the price of living and keep the minimum wage either as it is, or make it, or go higher like the original plan. Really, when you think about it, if people make more money and things are cheaper, then it'll actually get us out of a lot of debt. And politicians are always raising the price of living because they think they're going to get richer. But when you think about it, because politicians are always like, get money, get money, get money, what they fail to realize is that like when the price of living is low, they are making more money because we are spending more because we have more money to spend, which is a good thing because if you have your taxes, and like, you don't have to not tax stuff. You can still keep taxes on stuff and it can still be really cheap. Like, cheap prices with taxes makes everything just go like a line graph. I don't exactly have a visual example anywhere, and I don't really feel like making one. But imagine a line graph, right? And like with, let's say, it starts in the after the Great Depression, like the 1950s. While prices were still really low and people still made okay money, like, the profit of everything went up. Like, more businesses went up, and there was more profit, and we were really not in a lot of debt at all. But the reason why we're in so much debt is because I blame um I blame Roosevelt's dollar diplomacy and Taft taking advantage of that. Like, really? I mean, I get everything runs on money, but why would President Taft try to buy other countries' alliance? Like, you can give them as much money as you want, and they can just take it and run off. And that's pretty much what they did. And we as a country ourselves are in so much debt to so many other countries, and other countries are in a lot of debt to us. And I was watching TV the other day, and an interesting thing came on TV. Debtors' prisons, they were outlawed and unconstitutional in like the 1800s. They were outlawed. But guess what? We still have debtors' prisons, and it's still unconstitutional. And I know everyone's all like, oh, well, Obama this, Obama that, it's all Obama's fault, blah, blah, blah. And, I disagree with that. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Obama either, but in his defense, he's a Democrat, and all of Congress are Republicans. And so if Obama wants to pass something that's like conservative, or libertarian, it has to go through Congress. And Congress can, veto it, send it back. President can veto it and then send it back, and then Congress can veto it again and send it back to the president. And the president can veto it one more time, and then the Congress has the final say, which is really stupid. And I personally think it totally ruins George Washington's whole check and balance thing. I personally wish that George Washington would have been a vampire, and that he would have just been our president forever. Honestly, George Washington was the best president ever. Ever. And how, the colonists all, wanted him to be king. Hey, King George. Washington was like, no, we don't need another King George. I'll be president, and this is how the government's going to work. We have fallen away from George Washington's original plan. If he was alive right now, he would be so disappointed in what our government has become, how it went from a democracy to a capitalist society and a socialist society, mainly a capitalist society because we're just solely based on money. He himself would burn down the White House and assassinate all our government. I bet you anything he would. I mean, that's not my plan, at all. I mean, my only plan is to just not vote unless I have a reason to vote. Honestly, this is really all the video is going to be about, is politics. Not that I know a lot about politics, but I do have some really good points on things, and my aunt has better points on things. And it makes sense. If minimum wage is either stays the same or gets higher and the price of living goes lower, we'll be making money like that. Like China, but faster. Because, if I'm not mistaken, China is one of the richest countries on Earth. Honestly. If I'm not mistaken. I don't really know a lot about China. But, when you think about it, it kind of, sort of makes sense, just a little bit. Because, yeah, they're cruel to the people that, live in China. But, they're also conservative with their money. And I'm not saying, hey, let's make a bunch of people work and just not pay them a lot. But, aside from the whole China thing, back to what I was saying about the cost of living being lowered would be a great idea. Because we've been making more money, more profit, more businesses would open up, more people would have jobs, so it'd fix the unemployment, it'd take us out of debt, and it'd really fix a lot of the main problems with this country. And, because the politicians are all get money, get money, get money, they'll be getting money. They'll be getting more money than they already make. Even though they make more than the president, they'll still be getting more money than what they make. And I just think that's an amazing idea, is lower the cost of living. I don't care if minimum wage goes up, I don't care if it stays the same, but just lower the cost of living. This is what our government needs to do, because it'll fix a lot of our problems. It'll fix so many of our problems. It'll fix jobs and bankruptcy, and everything will be fixed, because we are such a capitalist society. That's never gonna happen because everyone likes money, but it should happen. It would make this country better. And I mean, other countries already think that America's great. They really actually just don't know that America's really not as great as everyone makes it look. I mean, we have our own problems too. Like, my personal opinion about being part of the war in like Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, being part of all that Middle East drama, it's not healthy for us as an economy, us, America, as an economy. Because, we're sending our people over to a country that doesn't even, well, I mean, I can't say they don't really give us anything because we get our oil from them. But we don't belong there. Our men and women and family in the armed services needs to come home and stay out of all the Middle Eastern drama because that's not our place. Because really, the way I look at it is that how can we save other countries and protect them when we can't even save ourselves? We can't take us out of debt. Like, I personally feel that the only time we should ever be in a war is if it's directly on our territory or it's directly aimed at us or if we're being attacked. That was the whole point of George Washington's military was defense, defense, defense. Defense, defense, defense. Be on the defensive and the offensive at the same time. You defend your country, but you're offensive towards the people that are trying to ruin it. And I'm not using that I'm not using that to encourage that, we hit down on immigration. Like, no. I mean, immigration is immigration, I mean, I don't blame people for coming to America. I mean, yeah, it's not that great, but it's better than parts of Mexico. It's better than the Middle East. It's better than a lot of different places. So I don't blame people for coming here. I just blame them for bringing diseases here and for taking our jobs. Well, I mean, I guess technically that's really not a problem because it's the government's fault that there's not a lot of jobs because they haven't lowered the price of living. I mean, I can honestly tell you that if the price of living was lowered, it wouldn't exactly fix immigration. It'd probably make it worse. But it also put more people in work, so then the government would have to stop paying unemployment, stop paying for the people that are laid off because they wouldn't be laid off because they'd be working because we would be making enough profit to open other businesses. So then we could have chain businesses like Caterpillar or any fast food place. It could be a chain. More places would open, more jobs would be offered, more places would be hired. I was 16 years old and I was working at Landmark as a nursery attendant, and it was only temporary, right? So then I lose that job, and it takes me 2 years. Well, not 2 years, but a year and a half. A year and a half, or roughly a year and a half to find another job, which is the current job that I have. That's not supposed to happen. You should be able to get other jobs. But we can't do that because Congress is an idiot for not lowering the price of living. I don't even understand why it's going to go up so high. Yeah, we'll be making a lot of money, but if it stays low, then we'd be spending more money and making more money to offer more things, to give home, like, to offer, like, we'd be able to build houses and help out the homeless, and we wouldn't be hungry. We wouldn't have kids in our country starving because the price of living would be lowered. So those families that can't get linked and have starving children would be able to feed their children, put food in their bellies. Homeless people will be able to find jobs and to afford to get a house, afford to pay bills, afford to make a living, afford to be alive. They'd be able to enjoy life. I was with my boyfriend last night and we were doing dishes and we were talking about life in general and how, like, what's the point of life if you can't work and play? You work, you take care of all your responsibilities, and then you have money and time to play. But you can't play if the if you are paying so much out of pocket for things that you need. Not things that you want, things that you need. And there's people who need things that other people just want. But I mean, the whole point, and I hate repeating myself, but the whole point of this video is to just get it out there that the price of living needs to be lowered. That way we could survive and thrive as a country and be everything that George Washington expected for us. We can live up to the very first president's expectations. They came from England for two reasons. One, for religious freedom, and two, to have a living. And we can't, as American people, have a living if living is so expensive. That's all I'm trying to say. And I have a lot more to say, but if I say more, then I'll just be repeating myself, and I hate repeating myself, and no one likes to, repeat themselves or listen to someone that's repeating themselves. But I mean, really just think about it. Lowered living, more fun, more money, just everything not everything, but most of the main problems in this country could be solved by lowering the price of living. Just lowering it. And, I think it's a pretty damn good idea. And I hope this video goes viral and gets all over YouTube, all over Facebook, all over any other type of social networking, because it needs to be seen. People need to know these things. The people that we elect into office, the people that make our laws, need to know these things. They want us to survive as a country. They need to meet these things. Because if they don't, we're just going to die off like the Mayans did. Actually, that was like horrible simile. But we're just going to die off the face of the earth. We're going to disappear because we can't afford to live with how high these prices are. How much higher they're going to be. We can't afford to live. And on a side note, our veterans, we need to be able to make more money for our veterans, for them to get their Social Security and their other military benefits, regardless of what what war they're a veteran of. World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Mexican War. Regardless of all of that, the Vietnam War, regardless of what war they were a part of, even if they're a part of this current war and they get sent home with a Purple Heart, we need to be able to afford to give them their benefits by getting out of debt and lowering the price of living. My grandfather, well, step-grandfather, my grandfather is a Vietnam War veteran, and he barely gets any military benefits. Why? Because the government is so far in this damn debt for being stupid. Yes, I'm angry. I'm frustrated. Because the government is being ridiculous. And I know I'd never be elected into Congress. I know I'd never be elected into part of the government. To be honest, I don't even want to work for the damn government. But I work for the damn government anyway because, like, I'm paid by society, so. But I also, with my paychecks, I pay towards government. I pay towards Social Security, subsidized housing, military benefits. But there needs to be more. And there can be more if the price of living is lowered. Some of our veterans are living on the streets because they can't get their military benefits. And that's cruel. It's cold. They fought for us. They watched their friends die. They watched their brothers die. They put themselves at risk to keep us free. We need to treat them a whole hell of a lot better than we do. Not we as people, but we as a country. We as the goddamn government needs to treat them better than they do. They need to give them their military benefits. They need to lower the price of living so every single damn veteran can have their military benefits. Honestly. I was in ROTC once, and my chief was part of the Navy, obviously. Was he in any war? No. But he still gets military benefits, or he should still get military benefits. I mean, he didn't exactly risk his life, but other people did. Just for us to be free, and to be happy, and to survive. And we can't do any of that. We can't live up to what the veterans or any type of person in the military sacrifice for us if we cannot lower the price of living. I have two friends in the Army, and they feel the exact same way I do, and they're in the Army. They think the government's shit. They think the government needs to make better decisions. I think there needs to be more Democrats in Congress instead of just having a whole damn house of Republicans. Like, that's not going to get anyone anywhere. Because even though I don't like Obama, he is a Democrat and he does fight for democratic rights. He fights a lot, and I'm actually really not such a big fan of this Obamacare bill. I think it's bullshit. Honestly, I think it's bullshit. I mean, he did it probably to save money, because, I mean, if you don't have any type of medical insurance, then you can't file taxes, and when you file taxes, the government's giving your money back to you that you gave to them over the course of the year. So I know that he passed it to save money and to make more money, but it's not going to work unless the price of living is lowered. If the price of living is lowered, there can be more medical insurance, more life insurance, more money for food stamps, more money for subsidized housing. Not everybody can be middle class or high class. A lot of people are low class, even poverty. My mother lives in a shitty place because she can't afford to live in a real place. She's been out of a job for the longest. I mean, I honestly don't understand why she can't get hired anywhere, but, it's whatever. And, Illinois is the worst economically stable state in the whole country. And by that I mean our economy sucks. Just the state alone, we suck. We're poor as shit. In Florida, there's no taxes. And there's stuff in Florida that's actually pretty low price. And that's how they make money, and that's how they look so damn rich, because they have the price of living low. My father, who used to live here, moved to Florida, and he was able to make a better life for himself just because he was in Florida. In Illinois, he graduated from college, he had a bachelor's degree, and he still couldn't get a damn job. Still couldn't get a damn job. Because Illinois fucking sucks. We really do. I hate living in Illinois, I'm not even gonna lie. Not just because it's cold or just because the government's shitty, but because we are just so, as a state alone, I can't even begin to explain what we are. We're a pile of shit. We're a shitty state. When the people in Illinois, even people who drive through Illinois, they have to pull their boots up to their knees just to get through this shitty state. Just to get through it. Not even live in it, just to get through it. And Illinois is also shitty because there are 2 cities in this state that have the highest crime rates ever. Peoria is the 6th worst city to live in because we have such a high crime rate. I mean, Chicago's up there, and Peoria's really not that up there, but still, out of the whole country, one little city. Peoria isn't even that big. One little city. Like, my boyfriend could walk across Peoria in 2 hours from one side to the other. In 2 fucking hours. We're a tiny city, but we have such a high crime rate. Chicago is big, and yeah, they have a high crime rate too, but when a little city like Peoria has a horribly huge crime rate, that says something about the people that live in it and Illinois. It shows that, cops are on bullshit. They really are. It's like this. If you call in a runaway, you make a runaway report, just because that child you filed as a runaway is in school, they drop it because they're in school. Just because they're in school. They hadn't come home, they're just in school, so they're not a runaway anymore. And you can threaten to shoot somebody or kill somebody or cause somebody bodily harm, and it's not illegal. It's not illegal. Cops do almost nothing. Like, the neighborhood I live in, there's a shooting in my neighborhood about once a week, couple times a month. Cops don't do shit at all. There's a meth lab down my street. They still don't do shit. But they'll give me a ticket for getting hit by a damn car. Just for getting hit by a car. Yeah, okay, I get it. I was jaywalking. I was crossing in front of a bus. The car hit me on my blind side, whatever. But when a pedestrian is hit by a car and they're unconscious, you do not shove a ticket in their face and tell them how much they owe as soon as they fucking wake up. and then you don't have the audacity to come back the next day right outside their hospital room and say, oh, they're fine, nothing happened. Bullshit. They're laying in a hospital bed with 5 fractured bones on the left side and a concussion and a chipped tooth. But nothing happened, right? Like, are you serious? Nothing happened? Read the medical report. Bullshit, nothing happened. But, we're supposed to, pay this much, and we're supposed to pay all these taxes so these cops can get paid. Cops get paid for what? For not doing their fucking job? I guess it's only a big deal if there's a domestic case. And don't get me wrong, domestic cases are a big deal. But it's also a big deal to threaten to shoot somebody or kill somebody or cause someone bodily harm. Especially if you're in a gang. It's gang violence. Gang violence is illegal. But no, you report it and they ain't gonna do shit. Fuck that. Fuck this city. Fuck this government. Fuck this country. I think I'd be better off living in England. Because at least their cops aren't on bullshit and they actually do stuff and they get paid for it. Okay, yeah, so England's a monarchy, whatever, but they have a parliament, and a parliament is basically the British version of a Congress. So the Queen is basically the British version of a president. It's like a democracy, but because the Queen has the title Queen, it's called a monarchy. That's some bullshit. Really is. Like, I could go on all day. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm on a roll right now, but I'm not gonna keep repeating myself. Even though I repeat myself by saying I'm not gonna repeat myself. But really, I am so disappointed to call myself an American. And what makes it worse, this isn't even a problem. It just bugs me. Guys that live in Eastern, Middle Eastern countries, whatever, any place that isn't America or Europe, as soon as you tell them you're American, they're like, oh, I love you, I want to marry you. Are you fucking serious? You just met me 5 minutes ago on Facebook. What the fuck? I know you're desperate to get out of your damn country, but come on. Not every American girl is horny and slutty and stupid. There's actually American girls out there that are fucking smart. I'm one of them. I'm not like smart because I'm kind of airheaded, but I'm one of those smart girls. Like, you're all, like, there's people out there, like, the foreigners are all like, oh, hey, I love you, let's get married. Like, really, bitch? Really? I don't know you. You don't speak good English. And you just met me 5 fucking minutes ago. I'm not that fucking stupid. I'm not gonna, fall for your bullshit and then pay like $1,200 just to get your stupid foreign ass over here. Just so you can screw me over. Really? Really? Funny story about my dad. He was talking to this Russian girl, and he gave her money to come over to America. As soon as her train came into America, she took off. Never spoke to my dad again. My grandma? My grandma. Ooh, my grandma. I don't even know what to say about my grandma. I know she's old and lonely, but falling for all these Africans bullshit. I'm not racist, like, at all. But when, like, when someone says, oh, I love you, blah 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 blah. It's like, really? Just really? That is all I have to say right now. Really? Man, gotta tell you, I'm not one to, get involved in my grandma's personal life, but I don't trust any of these Africans that she's talking to. Well, she's only talking to one now. But I don't trust any of them. Because they're all like, oh, I love you, blah, blah, blah. And then she's over there sending them money, emptying out her bank account to send them money. And blowing up our fucking phone bill just to talk to them. That's what Facebook is for. Because, I just found out like a week ago that you can call people on Facebook. I mean, come on. Why do you have to run up our phone bill, $700, just to talk to your little boyfriend? Really? Really? Oh my god. I am not a fan of any of her Africans because of the fact that I know damn well that she can't trust them. I know damn well that they're going to be over there flirting with, their African women, flirting with other older white women on Facebook, trying to get to America. I know that. I try to tell her that all the time. Guess what she does? Doesn't fucking listen. I mean, yeah, okay, I know I'm 18. I know I don't really have a lot of experience in relationships. Actually, I have a lot of experience in relationships, but not really good ones. But just because I'm 18 years old and I'm not as wise as you, doesn't mean you can't fucking listen to me. No, that's not okay. At all. And then when her daughters, who are older than me, my aunts, are telling her the same fucking thing I am, that's when you're supposed to listen. Okay, like, your God or whatever, because you're so Christian, puts people in your life to talk you out of stupid shit. So when I'm saying something and your two daughters are agreeing with me and telling you the same damn thing, that's when you need to fucking listen. Really, that's when you need to fucking listen. I mean, I guess I can't really say anything because I'm friends with a guy in England, but I'm not trying to, like, flirt with him and make him pay for me to come to England. Like, no. No. Fuck no. Fuck no. I can go to England my own damn self. Because I will pay for it my own damn self. Saving money. If I really want to go that bad. And I will. I can pay for it my own damn self. I don't gotta flirt with anybody to get to go. At all. I don't. But no, all these Africans have to, because they can't grasp the fact that, okay, you get paid, maybe not a lot, but you get paid, and I know it's expensive, but you can save your fucking money to come to America that fucking bad if you really want to. You can come to America on like a student visa, or a work visa. Just like Americans can go to England or can like stay in England or France on a student visa or a work visa. I mean, honestly, people these days, I swear, are so fucking stupid. It doesn't even matter how old they are. My own damn sisters are idiots. Not that they do all the flirting, take me to another country bullshit, but they're just being idiots. with the whole, like, oh, okay, I'm such and such old, I can do whatever the fuck I want because my older sister is 18 and gets to do whatever the fuck she wants. Bullshit. You can't do whatever the fuck you want until you're fucking 18. Because that's when it's actually legal. Until you're 18, you still have to listen to your damn guardian. You still have to follow the damn rules that she puts in place and the damn laws that this fucking state has. You even have to do that when you're 18. If you're 18 and you're living at home, you still have to respect her rules because you're living at home and it's not your damn house. When you're 18, you have to follow the laws that are put on you in this state because you're legally an adult. So if you don't follow those laws, you're gonna get your ass landed in jail. And trust me, I've never been there, but I heard those beds are really uncomfortable and there's roaches in that damn kitchen. Really. That is legit. And if you're under the age of 18 and you don't follow the laws and charges get pressed against you, guess where you're gonna end up? In fucking juvie. In juvie. You're gonna juvie, juvenile jail, juvenile prison. I have friends that were stupid and didn't follow the laws in Illinois and landed their ass in juvie, juvenile prison, jail, and jail. I don't have any friends that landed their ass in prison, but actually I might have one now that's gonna land his ass in prison. Cause he violated his parole cause he's an idiot. Oh my gosh, I'm on fire today, guys. I swear I am. Ooh. Like, this bullshit is bullshit. Like, fucking honestly. I've been talking for 42 minutes. This is gonna be a long ass fucking video. Because I can't really think of any. Because I still have a whole hell of a lot to say. Oh, and here's another thing. Okay, if you're not being a proper parent or a fit parent or fit according to the laws and regulations and rules put in place by the state of Illinois and DCFS and other child protective offices, then you're going to lose your damn kids. And it's not going to be the guardian's fault that you lost your damn kids. It's going to be your own damn fault. Because the guardian of your kids wasn't the one that forced you to not be home, wasn't the one that forced you to allow your ex-fiance to smoke weed and hit your damn kids. No, that's all on you for being a dumbass parent. And just because like your oldest is 18 now and she's still staying at home and, she's actually making a better life for herself and trying to do something, and your other kids are emotionally distraught, does not mean you can put a bunch of shit in their head. Okay, because the 18-year-old actually knows what the fuck happened and the other two are emotionally distraught and are listening to your bullshit, it is not the guardian's fault that they're fighting. It's your fault for putting those fucking lies in their head. That's all on you. Because you have a disillusionment disorder, you're a kleptomaniac, and you used to do fucking meth. Yeah. I put that out there. You used to do fucking meth. And then you tried to lie and say, oh, you never did that, that's all bullshit. people need to stop saying shit about me. The kid that accused you of doing meth or asked you about it knows for a fact that you did meth, not because anyone told her, but because she paid attention in fucking health class, and meth mouth looked like your fucking teeth before you got all of them pulled. Again, you don't wear your fucking dentures when your kid that's working has put money into those damn dentures to pay for that shit. You don't fucking wear them. Your kid fucking bought that shit for you and you don't wear it. You always want to, do your makeup young and, act like you're young again. Then wear your fucking teeth. Wear your fucking teeth. Really. Just wear your teeth. Honestly. And stop trying to be like your damn kids. You are 42 fucking years old. You need to act like it. You have 5 kids. 4 of them are teenagers. 4. You need to be a fucking adult and take care of your 10-year-old so she doesn't end up like 2 of your kids. So she doesn't end up like you. You need to set a good fucking example for your daughter. But do you do that? No. You're always having guys in and out of the house, and, just this and that, and you think she needs to lose weight because she's getting a little on the chubby side and she's getting teased? Feed her healthy food and force her to eat it and tell her if she doesn't eat it, then she's just going to go to bed without dinner that night. Let her out of your sight to go exercise and have fun. She's 10 fucking years old. You cannot keep her cooped up in your little tiny south apartment like a fucking chicken. And yeah, okay, she has a mouth now, but that's because you're not doing shit to discipline her. Like you used to all the time. When she acted up, you'd spank her. When she acted up, you'd put her in timeout. When she ran her mouth, you'd pop her in the mouth. But you don't do that shit now. But you're going to try to parent your 18-year-old daughter when you're not even going to try to parent the 2 that need a parent, the 3 that need a parent. And then you're going to call all this bullshit about their guardian and how it's their guardian's fault that you can't see them. Fucking really? You can't see your own damn kids because you don't try to see your fucking kids. Because you're so focused on your little boyfriend and paying for his tobacco, paying for this, paying for that, buying him beer because he doesn't have any fucking money. Yeah, he's old enough to drink. Okay, but he doesn't have any fucking money. You need that money for your damn kid. Really? Really? People have just gotten to the point with you where they don't even fucking care. And the only time your 18-year-old is gonna come by is to see her 10-year-old sister. Fuck all that other shit. You're not worth it. No one is worth it. And it's really bad when your 18-year-old actually has more goals set for her life and actually tries to achieve them than you do. And it's sad when your 18-year-old, only being 18 and not really having that great of a paying job, not really being on her own yet, can be a better parent to your 10-year-old than you can. You're 40 fucking 2. You should be able to be a good parent and set a good example for your 10-year-old. You should stop trying to be 2 of your daughter's best friend and actually try to fucking parent them. Be a parent. You want them to stop doing stupid shit? Parent them. Who cares if they get fucking mad at you? You're being a goddamn parent. You can't let them do what they want because they won't fucking learn. They're gonna end up their ass in jail. Just like everybody fucking else. That didn't have strict parents, that dropped out of school, that smokes their brain away with weed, that drinks their brain away with alcohol, goes to parties every night. She is 17 years old, and she's going to a party dressed half naked and saying, "Oh, I'm ready to go out tonight." She is 17 years old. She should be going out to the fucking movies and not dressed like that. Neither of them should be dressed like that. Ever. Ever. Honestly, you are a terrible mother. And I bet your daughter is glad that she was never raised by you. Because if she was, she would be just like you. Just like you. And that's something she never wants to be. Ever. Since you didn't do a good enough job with your first two, try doing a good job with your fucking last one and see where that gets you. Maybe you'll actually make something of yourself for once. For once. Just for once. Maybe. You want to do all this shit with your life? You better grow up a little bit. You're 42. Act like it. Bam.